So here we go, as promised, that I would get on top of this thing and see if it's really strong enough. Now, yeah, it's bouncy like a trampoline, even here in the back. I don't see why you wouldn't have any problem supporting anything else I would want to put on the roof, like kayaks or, in my case, kayaks. Maybe, I don't know, lumber, something like that, if you want to use the space over the cab. I would space it up with pool noodles or whatever, just so it wouldn't be rubbing right on your paint. But looks good to me. Obviously, I weigh a lot more than a plastic kayak. It's one of my heavier ones because it is plastic. It's the only one I own that is plastic. The rest I have are either built out of plywood or foam. So you can tell from how much this is denting into the foam. This is one of my heavier kayaks, made out of plywood. One of my fastest because it's so long and skinny. But cap acts like you can't even see it. There's plenty of strength there for almost anything. You really could sleep on top of it. Stargaze up there or something. Of course, absolute no challenge to this thing at all, but demonstrating the way a kayak should be carried on these trucks instead of sticking out the back or sticking out of the bed, or with clamp-on roof racks that will damage your paint. Really, Ford should have done better with a roof rack that was attached, but it was COVID, that's the best they could do. Here's one of my softish foam kayaks. Hunt around on my channel, you'll find what I'm talking about. It weighs about 25 pounds. My son built this by himself when he was 12. It took him about 21 hours. And he could pick it up and carry it after he built it at age 12. He was very proud of the fact that he could carry it down to the water and stick it in by himself. And one of my bigger, heavier tandem. It's a 14-foot kayak. Actually started out as an 8-footer, and then I spliced 6 feet or so in the middle to make it a tandem. Originally it was just for my kids, but see it on the roof, and that cap will support it. So people that have said, oh, I would never pay that much money for something that's inflatable, whatever. To me, the function that I can put stuff on the roof like this doubles the value of it. I'm not going to spend the $3,000 for the fiberglass tops that they make for it. I think there's even an aluminum one out there, but that's still not cheap. And you have the bulk, you have to store it when you don't want it, all those kind of things, and normally I'm not going to have it on. This has been on for over a week at this point, just to see how it would deal with heat and cold and highway. I did a drive, didn't really hurt my mileage that much, and it's really working out good. We've had some pretty torrential rain today, so I'm just showing here. The bed is dry, otherwise, except from what I've got here from opening the tailgate to get my tools out. But up there in the front, it is running down, just because it really does need some sort of rain gutter. It pools up here on top. That's entirely normal. But as I said before, anything that goes in that valley between the cab and the window has to go through the bed because there's nowhere else for it to go. They would need some sort of a piece that could fill that gap in, really, to stop rain from running into the bed and then diverting the water over to the sides instead. And here's the issue I was talking about before with this Velcro strap. It's supposed to hold this rear window down. If you forget to separate the Velcro, just reach up here and open the tailgate, strap stays with the tailgate after staying attached to the window Velcro for a bit coming off. To me, that's why I would just go ahead and attach a strip of Velcro to my tailgate if I was really worried, let's say I'm going camping and I wanted this to stay down firmly so the wind or something wouldn't get it open. Because for water, it naturally sheds. So this is the one thing that doesn't quite cut it as far as being very useful to me. Not to mention this fact that just due to the shape of the tailgate, I think I mentioned this before, it's always trying to slide off. And the only thing that's really retaining is this hook in the plastic. It's right there on the top edge, basically. The fact that the strap is wrapped around there is the only thing that's keeping it from just sliding right off. And of course, taking it off the truck, when you want to deflate it, it's very easy. According to what they've said on the website, you don't even have to remove the windows. You can actually kind of leave them in with it, and then it's just a matter of undoing your straps. You can, of course, save them in your carry bag. Once you have those all off, then it's just simply a matter of picking it up like that. Nice and lightweight. And right here in the front wall, unscrew that. You have this little valve, and it's just a quarter turn. Push in like that. Now it's open and ready to deflate. This one should go pretty easy. In fact, we could even suck it down flat right now with the pump. Might be a better idea to help it fold. So if you're actually going to use the pump, you want to reset this so that that is up or out. Take your hose and use the bayonet clips to put it in. And then of course find the deflate side of your pump. Right there, deflate. And screw the hose onto it. And this way, every pump stroke is sucking air out. Because right now, naturally, it's going to want to stay pretty much in its inflated shape. Except by sucking it down like this, we're going to make it go down into a nice, flat package, which is the way it came in the first place when it came here from the factory. Alright, now I got some good resistance on here. It's pretty much sucked flat. And then we're just gonna disconnect the hose like that. And now there's a vacuum in there. Put the cap on. Now we can work on the main part. And just by clipping the hose on right now, it's just blowing air right through the pump. I don't even have to it actually made the handle even pop up. It's kind of funny. But we do want to have it down flat so that it will be easy to store. So wait till we can't feel air coming through anymore, and then we'll suck it down same way we did the other one. Of course this is going to take a little bit longer, but here I'll leave it just like when I was inflating, because then you can actually see how light it takes. So we want to get this all the way down flat so that we can hopefully fit it back in the carry bag. Anyway. I was wondering about the dimpled appearance of the fabric. If there's really things tying it together in the middle. There must be, otherwise it would blow up like a balloon instead of staying in that basic thickness like a paddle board. You know, they always show the cutaways of paddle boards but there's like little strings or cells or something. But all those dimples in the surface are tied to top and bottom. And that's why a stand-up paddleboard doesn't look like a football. It looks like a board. Same technology. Make a truck cap. And if you look at Flated's website, they have basically a shelf system. Goes on the bed of the truck. I think, of course, they don't have that for the Maverick yet that I know of. I think they have a divider system or something. But for the full-size trucks, it makes a bed. You can put cargo, your food, clothing, hunting, fishing equipment, whatever, underneath. You still have a place to sleep on top of it. But also packs down into the same compact package instead of, building something out of plywood that is always going to be there in the way when you need it for something else, or you're going to have to store it somewhere and it's supposed to be heavy. That's the advantage of this. I can store this away with my stand-up paddleboards and my inflatable kayak, and when I need them, I'll pull them out. The rest of the time, they just store on a shelf or in the corner out of the way. But it's pretty amazing to think of a truck cap storing that way, and I'm really glad somebody took the risk and invested something like this. Create, well, there we go, it is sucked down hard now. Yep, there we go. All ready to fold up and fit. This is the next challenge. We'll see how it fits into that bag right there. So, let the games begin. Personally, I'm going to take the rear window off anyways, maybe the front, just because I don't want the fold wrinkles to be set into the plastic. Luckily, pretty easy, but in the future, I would recommend that I do this first before I get to this level. Because I like the idea of there not being anything visually that's going to affect these nice smooth windows. And if you've ever had anything clear vinyl, like we had a stroller that had a rain cover that went over it, clear vinyl, and those folds never came out. The function of that clear plastic, those I can just roll up separately. This, fold that. Before we do this, we definitely want to make sure that this double layer Velcro here at the back is all re-stuck together, so it's not folding anything the wrong way. Don't want that bug in here. Get out. My house. My cat. I don't want you in there. Now, see if we can maybe fold this in half. I know these came rolled, so I will probably roll them again, like so. That way they should not cause any visual issues. So now, bag. Let's see how everything folds in together. There it should. Repair kit, pump. Those we're going to have to fit in separately. I'm probably going to get myself some sort of a pouch to put all this straps and stuff in, because I don't want to lose parts, especially if those hooks go in the bed. But for now, I'll put them in the repair kit. Okay, so I folded it lengthwise, and I folded it in half. It should probably do everything that it needs. It's about the right shape. Now we're just going to see how to fit everything into the case as it needs to go. And now I see why they added so much extra strapping. Stuff like that. The pump doesn't fit. Not the end of the world. I have 3 of those pumps now, and they're not that expensive. Straps. Definitely want to keep the ones that came with it, I think. I never did shorten them, but gives me more flexibility for whatever. Extra long one for the Velcro. This is where those buckles come in. Just get out of here, stupid buckle. They give you all kinds of straps, and now I see why. Yeah, the pump should actually fit 2 on top like that. Just be nicer to have it all in one package, so I'm not losing parts or trying to hunt for stuff. This strap fits. Not really grabbing everything. But you can actually tell that whoever made this designed this so that you can actually pack it up when you use it again, and you won't end up stuck. And it's nice that this bag, actually I have to say, it is nice that this bag doesn't have zippers. I've seen quite a few reports of stand-up paddleboard bags. Basically the zipper is the weak point, and that's what's going to fail. So, again, it's nice to see they thought of that. Where's my buckle? They're up here. Buckle. There's buckle. Amazing, man. We got all kinds of extra room in here. So now, the trick is pick it up and put it on. So let's see what that looks like. As if anybody would really ever wear this. Oh, maybe you don't wear it. No. It's got straps like a duffel bag. It's not really meant to go over your shoulders, but it is meant for you to be able to carry it like that. Not bad. I'm not a super Iron Man or anything like that. I can carry this a fair distance. Not that I know I would be carrying any further than to the back of my truck or into my house. There you go. find out the weight on it. Okay, so here comes the moment of truth. I am carrying this bag, and what do we come up with for a weight? 234 pounds. Now let me drop the bag. $197. So that works out to 37 pounds, which, considering how much a fiberglass or even an aluminum cap would weigh, that is incredibly lightweight. And yet, as you saw, I could stand on it. And as you saw, I'm almost 200 pounds. So I'm not too worried about this thing carrying whatever weight I would put on it, because to me, it would probably be like 3 kayaks, something like that, which is quite often 100 pounds or less.